Hi, it's Christina Quigg, the Tarot Biz Mentor here from the Profitable Psychic Business Academy. Welcome to 2022. I hope this year has been off to a really good start for you. It's been going great over here. Got lots of plans, lots of things that are in the mix right now. Scheduling out the whole year ahead. I put something out on Instagram and in the group about I was erasing my big old calendar over here, and it's always bittersweet when I do that. Because you get to look at the past year and think about all the things that you did, and so I'm slowly putting things on my calendar and getting this year planned out. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today about how to build up hype for your events. So New Year is always a really good time to get back into your business, especially if you have been kind of MIA for a little while or missing. Everybody's really invested around the new year. Everybody wants to get back on the wagon and start, marketing their business. And if you've been gone for a while, or you don't have a consistent marketing strategy already in place, or you are just kind of still winging it in the first 1 or 2 years of your business, then building up hype around the things that you want to sell can be really, really difficult. It can take a long time to get an Instagram going. It can take a while to get a Facebook group going and things like that. So how do we kind of circumvent those things, and how do we kind of go around that and make sure that there's, going to be eyes on our services and our products? So I'm going to share today a couple ways, 3 ways that you can help yourself build hype for your services and your products. So there's going to be 3 different ways I'm going to talk about, and this is assuming that you already have a little bit of an audience. If you don't have an audience at all, then really what you should be doing at this point is building up your video library, building up your content library, and building credibility. So if you don't have that, then you definitely need to start there. But let's say you have some credibility. Let's say you have some reviews. Let's say your shop has been open for a while, or your business has been open for a while, whether you're selling tarot readings or spiritual life coaching. I tend to work with people mostly who are doing like some type of psychic advising, and also spiritual life coaching. Okay. So this is going to be revolving around those 2 particular niches in our industry. So the first way to build hype around your services and your products is to follow the more secular mainstream calendar when it comes to like special holidays, special events that are going on. And in particular, finding holidays and special days that are of interest to your specific demographic and your specific niche. So one of the ways that you could think about doing this is Valentine's Day is coming up. So I'm posting this video in January. So Valentine's Day is next month. So I have seen, and I was really watching this year, right? Because I really wanted to pay attention to what the big brands are doing, how quickly they're pushing out their Valentine's Day content. No joke, January 1st, some of the big brands I follow were already pushing out, and this doesn't have to be our niche. This can be, any niche, but, these brands are already pushing out Valentine's Day related stuff. So one thing that you could do, the first way to build hype, is to look at the secular calendar. Like, for example, Valentine's Day is coming up. So what kind of services and products can you create that are related to that occurrence? So Valentine's Day is really popular with like love, romance, relationships, self-love, indulgence, things like that. So as a psychic advisor, maybe pushing out some limited time opportunities or deals revolving around relationship readings or self-love readings, that would be really good. Or if you are a spiritual life coach, putting together packages that are revolving around, say, manifesting a twin flame, or working on your confidence and self-love and things like that. So looking at that special occurrences in the year that happen, and tailoring our products that are around those special occurrences, and that will get your eyes people's eyes on your content and your offers a lot faster and more quickly than, say, if you were doing something totally random and unrelated to what's going on like a kind of a global scale, because it's easier to ride the wave of what's going on than to create your own wave. It's tremendous amount of energy to create your own waves and your own interest in your products outside of what's going on in the world. But when you tailor your services and your products around what's going on in the world, people are already they're already a warm audience. So the difference would be, for example, building your own hype around and independently around your products and services without utilizing a secular calendar. That would be that would be something along the lines of building your own wave and putting all of that incredible energy, manifestation energy into that. And it can be really, really difficult. Whereas if you were to tap into what's going on already, then people are already primed to buy. So it would be like the difference between a cold audience and a warm audience. So you don't have to do as much work when you're trying to warm up your audience towards something in particular. So the next way that you can build hype around your services and your products is to host an event, which is kind of like a launch party in a way. Launch party is kind of like what everybody thinks of first. It's really popular, and what it is, it's like a online, you can do it in person or you can do it online, a celebration, and usually there's like some sort of special discount or some sort of special event going on or limited time thing. For example, limited time bundles of things, packages of things. But also, when we're thinking about doing it this way, then we can also consider different types of events, because there's a lot more than just launch parties. There's actually a lot more out there, and they all have a different intention, and sometimes you can even combine some of these events. So ones that you're probably familiar with that I do a lot are workshops, whether they're free or paid, right? I also do summits a lot. We do this, my academy does the Summer of Magic and the Solstice Spirit Summit. We do those summits twice a year, which is like an online conference. You can do conferences, you can do seminars, you can do master classes. So there's a lot of different, and what this all really means is that they're just different ways that you can package your time. And so, for example, let's say a difference would be an example of a couple of these events that you can put on. So one really popular one is a challenge. These are usually done in like 3, 5, and 7 days increments, and most people do 5-day challenges. And what they are is they are like every day there's a specific task that you want your audience to do. It's like a homework task to get them inspired and motivated to take action. Whereas a workshop is maybe like a 2 to 3 hour one-time event where you're teaching a specific skill that's related to something that you're selling, right? So you kind of have to think about this and kind of reverse engineer what it is that I'm selling and what kind of event would actually support this the best. And I have a training on the Profitable Psychic Academy website. It's called the Core 4, the Powerhouse Marketing Events for Your Business. And what it is I talk about all of these things. It's, I think, a 3-hour masterclass. And I talk about these things in more depth, and I give you the actual structures, why you would want to use this event versus a different event. I give you guys a whole bunch of downloads and stuff that you can use to kind of get your events together and organize and get it scheduled out. Plus, I talk to you guys about, because I've hosted all of these events before and multiples of them many, many times. So it helps to kind of have, the insight and experience of someone who has done this before and sharing that information in the masterclass. So again, that's called the Core 4, and that's at www.theprofitablepsychic.com. Now, the third way that you can build hype is kind of similar. It kind of plays off of number 1, where I talk about like secular holidays like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, Halloween, all of these like, there can be so many, because I live in the United States of America, so this is what I'm culturally used to. But your culture might have different ones. Your magical tradition, your religious tradition, metaphysical tradition, they all might have special occurrences. Like, for example, a lot of conjurers I know participate in feast days. And so there's different holidays celebrating different gods and goddesses and deities and things like that. or heroes within their traditions. And so taking outside of the secular calendar, there is a spiritual calendar that we all follow. And most of us follow it as far as like the equinoxes and the solstices. Those are really, really big ones. But also there's the lunar phases as well. And all spiritual people love the moon. We're all really inspired by the moon. Most of us are obsessed with the moon. And we all, if you notice that all spiritual people, especially people who are really interested in psychic advising and spiritual life coaching, we all tend to be really aligned with the new moons and the full moons. So one of the ways that I like to really build up hype really quickly around an event is to host it around the new moon or the full moon. And what that is going to do is it's going to tap into, again, that collective wave of energy. It's much easier to ride a wave of enthusiasm and energy than it is to create one. So if you aren't already creating your events and doing your events and doing something on a regular basis around the new moon or the full moon, that's exactly where I would say to start. And the nice thing about that is that these things happen every 2 weeks, right? So new moon, 2 weeks, full moon, 2 weeks. Or the new moon comes around every 29 days and the full moon comes around every 29 days. So it's like a perfect accountability calendar. So that's what I recommend, doing your events and doing sales and things like that around the new moon and the full moon. And bonus points if you can tailor it something around what the astrological sign is. Another like more advanced way to do it would be to look at what the sign is and what the element is and kind of go with that. Like for example, fire is passion and water is emotions and air is, thoughts and strategies and so on and so forth. So that's another way that you can kind of look into it. And that's a little bit more of an advanced way. But I would love to invite you guys. So if you are interested in getting really consistent with your marketing strategy and these ideas really, they really light you up and they get you inspired, I have a brand new course. It's a video course. It's all done. There's like 13 hours of content, probably about 100 pages of workbook templates and scripts and stuff like that. And it's called Moon Marketing Magic. And what it does is I'm going to teach you my 30, it's like 29 and a half day. I call it 30 day, but 29 to 30 day moon marketing calendar. And you'll get, I think there's 5 trainings, like 3 bonus calls. There's a whole bunch of amazing stuff in there. So I'm going to leave the link down below. You guys can check it out. And that will be an amazing way to get started utilizing these techniques. And I hope to see you guys in the class soon, and I'll see you in the next training.